Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. UncleClaude here once again. I'm going to give not only my view of the fight, which will be very brief, but I'm also going to call for a fight between Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Those are the two main guys, and they need to fight as soon as possible. They need to stop dancing and BSing and go just right into it. My synopsis of the fight, Crawford was as devastating as ever. And Brook, to me, he looked a little muscle-bound. I'm not normally used to seeing Brook that big. And he was in decent condition, but Crawford is Crawford. And you know what? Every time he switches to southpaw, forget it. He is a dominant fighter, no question about it. And he caught him with that right hand. And once he did that, fight over. Now, I'm just so tired of the politics of boxing taking precedence over everything. And let's face it, Bud Crawford was just mired in a terrible contract with Top Rank Boxing. He just was. And he should be out of it by the end of this year. And all signs are pointing to him signing with PBC and being able to get the mega fights that he's been so desperately looking for. He has not really been a pay-per-view favorite. But now, after this victory, and we'll see what happens between Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia. I believe that Errol Spence will get him out of there, especially after seeing this performance by Crawford. I believe Spence will get him out of here between 5 to 7 rounds, if not earlier. And then it will set up this mega fight. And these guys have been, dancing around it. They've been woofing it up a little bit. And I'm a fan of both men, no question about it. But as of right now, in my opinion, and if you have seen my videos about boxing, before I thought Errol Spence Jr. was the pound-for-pound king. You can make a case for Gervonta Davis if you want. My knock back in the day on Terrence Crawford was the quality of fighters that he was fighting. And I understand a lot of it was not his fault. In fact, most of it is not his fault. But I have to go by those guys that he fought compared to the other guys that other men have fought, i.e. a Manny Pacquiao, an Errol Spence Jr., even a Keith One-Time Thurman. And I never thought that One-Time was ever in the class of Crawford. And I'm a fan of Crawford, no question about it. Now, as of right now, I believe Crawford is the undisputed pound-for-pound king. When you look at everything that has transpired, the Errol Spence accident where, listen, that nearly cost him his life. You look, I'm not giving any shine to Canelo Alvarez. I cannot do it when he fought a shot fighter. And Kovalev has been a shot fighter ever since Andre Ward beat the crap out of him the second fight. So as of right now, I consider Bud Crawford the pound-for-pound king. I believe it's Crawford 1. I'm going to put Gervonta Davis at number 2. If you want to put Lopez at 3, I have no problem with that. I would put Spence. I have to see how Spence looks after this fight, because in a perfect world, I would have Crawford and Spence 1 and 1A, which is more of a reason why these men need to fight as soon as possible. So, and I believe that Spence will get rid of Garcia between rounds 5 and 7. These guys need to fight no later than May 2021. Anything later than that, to me, is an absolute joke. And it needs to happen ASAP. If we do not see a fight between these two men, it will be boxing's loss. And that is why boxing is in such a sad state of affairs. And listen, there is no other contact sport like it. I mean, you can talk about UFC all you want, and I have to respect UFC because the best do fight the best, and that's why they are as popular as they've been. But you have to make this fight. There's nothing like a mega fight. You see how it draws the captivation of the entire planet, especially now when we need the distraction, now more than ever due to this pandemic. And listen, this guy looks more like, right now, it almost looks like Terrence Crawford is this generation's Hagler, and Errol Spence Jr. is this generation's Sugar Ray Leonard. And I watched both men in their prime, trust me. All four men in their prime. And if I had to put some money on the table, before the accident, I would have said Errol Spence Jr. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's ultra talented. I like the way he fights. But Crawford is looking more like Hagler every day. And if you saw that Hagler-Leonard fight, Hagler did not lose that fight, ladies and gentlemen. Not in my opinion. And again, I'm a fan of both guys. And I would have to put my money right now on the boogeyman, Terrence Bud Crawford. Those are my thoughts about the fight. What are yours? Please leave whatever thoughts you have about what we hope will be an upcoming mega fight between those two men in the comments section. I would very much look forward to hearing and seeing those. And as of right now, it will be UncClaude signing out. I thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care. God bless, and stay safe.